What's up? This has been the Bearded Coffee Blogger, and today we're tasting more Sweet Bloom coffee. You don't want to miss it. What's up, Internet? This has been the Bearded Coffee Blogger, and I am back today with another coffee tasting for you. We are continuing the Colorado Coffee Tasting Tour, or Colorado Roasters Tour, maybe I should say. Perhaps that's more correct. And today we've got some Sweet Bloom for you again. This is the Sweet Bloom Coffee Roasters Alejandro Ahumado, Nariño, Colombia. And I've been, as you can see, I was like, man, I gotta sneak this one in and go ahead and record a tasting before I run out of it. I've been sipping on this for a while, really liking it, but sometimes when I'm just drinking coffee in my daily, and maybe you're this way too, I don't really pay attention to like all the flavor notes. I just kind of enjoy coffee for what it is. For me, it's a warm friend. It's a stimulant to help me be more focused on my work, and something about just even hot liquid just kind of helps me feel at peace with the world. And so sometimes in kind of my daily routine when I'm just drinking coffee, I'm not always paying attention to everything that's going on in the flavor profile. But when I sit down to really taste it, then I do. So that's what I'm going to do here with you today. Before I do this, let me go ahead and read you the description from Sweet Bloom's website. Again, Sweet Bloom, if you didn't catch the last tasting, is a roaster out of Denver, Colorado. And to me, they're killing it. They're probably one of the best roasters around right now, and they're near and dear to my heart just because they're from my home state of Colorado. But this is a washed Colombia Nariño called Alejandro Ahumado, and let's see, it was grown at a 5,900 feet altitude. It is Colombia and Caturra varietals. I'm trying not to look at their tasting notes. Here's what they say on here. They say, no, we're not dumping in sugar packets while roasting this coffee. Yes, it is sweet enough to make you wonder. At a whopping 5,905 feet above sea level, the fruit on Alejandro's farm, Piedras de Afilar, takes on its own, yes, sweet time to mature, packing in extra sugars for us to enjoy. One of the cool things about Alejandro is he shares with the pickers part of the premium he receives from our importing friends Red Fox. You'll find some lovely darker fruit like dates and plums. Okay, I'm not going to read any of that stuff. So let's go ahead and I'm going to tell you what I smell before I try to look at their tasting notes. That way I don't taint my own impressions. Ooh. Yeah, I'm definitely getting some citrus and nice kind of candiness on the nose. I'm getting that very typical kind of crushed nuttiness that I really like. This is just a delightful smelling coffee. Good gracious. It smells like a beautiful Colombian. That's what it smells like. Let's go ahead and taste it. So I read in theirs, I think, if I remember rightly, and so it's bringing to my mind, and that's how your mind works. So you'll be kind of influenced if you read other people's tasting notes. But I do think I'm getting kind of dates as one of the things they said in here. I do think I'm getting that. You're definitely getting like kind of a dark cherry. It's like acid, but it's darker fruit. It's purple fruit, red. So not like, don't think maraschino cherry, but think like good like plum cherry, sort of like those are the cherry I love. I love good ripe cherries in the summer. The ones that have a little bit of tart to them. I'm a sucker for anything tart. I love tart things. I love sour things. I love sour candy. I love nerds. I love Sour Patch Kids. I love the, you know, the more sour tasting Laffy Taffy, sucker for all that stuff, which is probably why I really like kind of that sort of stuff in my coffee too. Yeah, so especially when you slurp this coffee, your mouth is kind of coated in that kind of darker, tart acidity. It just washes over your mouth. It's a relatively sweet and heavy coffee with lots of that, like I said, nuts or dates, a little bit of that kind of crushed up, but kind of covered in like dark plum cherry pulp is kind of what I'm thinking. So imagine some like nuts just covered in like really perfectly ripened, slightly tart like pulp. And that kind of describes this coffee. And it stays with you. It hits you from the very first quarter all the way to the fourth quarter. It just kind of stays there and it even finishes there. So not amazingly complex, but amazingly delicious. Let's go ahead and read theirs. Again, I tried not to read all theirs. They say, a lovely darker fruit like dates and plum I was thinking a date was a nut. Is a date's a fruit. I know what a date tastes like though, so I'm totally confused on that. But I was tasting nuttiness, and I think what it's a date that my mind played a trick on me maybe. Complementing a nashi pear, acidity, and fuller body, all wrapped in layers of sweetness. Again, plum candy, cherry, yep. Malic and citric acidity, sugarcane sweetness, 5,900 feet. So despite the fact that I may not know what a date is, and I thought I did, this coffee is beautiful, wonderful, amazing. Man, it's probably one of my favorite coffee. It's probably my favorite coffee since that barista parlor that I tried, several weeks ago. That I just said that if you don't like that coffee, then you don't like coffee. This is in that same vein, just really over the top. Just pleasantly balanced, sweet, wonderful daily drinker sort of coffee. This is right up there. If I had to rate this, this would get like probably a 4.5 out of 5. It's in that range. So it's not like above that for me is something that's spectacular and rare. This is not that, but this is like as good as it gets for just a regular, amazing coffee. So a couple questions coming to mind. One, what do you guys, I was thinking about this because somebody asked me what temperature I taste my coffees at. And I brew them, I usually brew it like 205, and then they sit while I'm setting up equipment and everything and getting ready. They usually sit for 5 minutes maybe. So I'm guessing the temperature is about 180, and then as I do the tasting, it cools more. And coffee will, if you don't know this, it will change and evolve as it cools, and you can actually taste a lot more things and different notes as it cools. So you may not know a temperature, but do you like your coffee like blazing hot? You like it to cool a little bit? You like it really cool? Some people I know like to get to that gulping temperature when they can suck it down, but what sort of temperature do you enjoy your coffee at? That's the question of the day. But yeah, I think this is just gonna be a short one. This is an amazing coffee. Like I said, if you have not checked out Sweet Bloom Coffee out of Denver, Colorado, you should for sure get on their site, which is sweetbloomcoffee.com, and you should check out and order some of their stuff. It's amazing. Man, can't say enough about it. Oh yeah, this says on here dates, nashi, pear, cola. Cola is another tasting note, so kind of a Coca-Cola sort of thing going on there for tasting notes. This is an amazing coffee. You should check out Sweet Bloom for sure. Another question, changed up the scenery. I think I might like this better. What do you guys think? So 2 questions. What temperature do you drink your coffee at? What do you think of the new digs? Anyway, this has been the Bearded Coffee Blogger. I super enjoyed this tasting with you today. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.